We are back, and right now we are going to learn more about a fun series called The Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospels. This is on Lifetime, and I spoke with Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter who also stars in this, Sheléa Frazier. Let's find out more. Today I'm talking with Sheléa Frazier. She is a Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter who is starring in The Clark Sisters, the First Ladies of Gospel. This Lifetime movie tells the inspirational true story of one of the most successful gospel groups in history. Thanks, Sheléa, for talking with us today.
Oh, so good to be with you today.
So tell me a little bit about the series.
Oh my goodness. Well, this movie is such a beautiful, almost a love letter to the Clark sisters and their journey, and just showing everything they've gone through. I'm playing Dorinda, and it's amazing. It's a story about six women growing up in Detroit, with a powerful mother who was a visionary, and they became, as you said, the best-selling gospel group and the first one to get a number one hit on the Billboard charts with "You Brought the Sunshine."
So in this movie, you get to portray really a legend, and you've been mentored by Stevie Wonder and a protege of Quincy Jones. How did your background play into performing for this role?
You know, the Clark sisters basically are the soundtrack to my childhood. So I grew up listening to a lot of gospel music, actually, especially from Detroit, commissioned and Vanessa Bell Armstrong. And so the Clark sisters were in that group. They were in heavy rotation in my household. And so I knew their songs, the songs were so deep in my heart. And so the director, Christine Swanson, definitely wanted the actors to be singers. That was so important to her. And so when I, got the role, it was almost like it was like going back into my childhood and just singing all those old songs that I knew.
Almost a full circle moment, it really sounds like.
Yeah, it was. It was. A lot of pinch me full circle moments.
And what can audiences expect coming into watching this film, and what do you think they'll gain from it after they've seen it?
This is a story about family, and family. There's so many layers to relationships, and it can be, you know, um, it can be cloudy at times, and sometimes lines are blurred. But to me, what you'll come away with is that family is forever, and don't ever give up on your dreams, because they ended up getting Grammys later on in their career, but they stuck with it and continued to just make beautiful music that uplifted people, and they ended up fulfilling the dream of their mother, Dr. Maddie Moss Clark.
Oh, I love it. And was it hard to be able to portray someone who had affected your life so much?
I definitely felt some pressure because, especially when the person is still with us, so I definitely wanted her to feel like this was a true portrayal of her. And I didn't want her to say, "Oh, I didn't do it like that," or anything like that. But I was honored too. I was so deeply honored, and I was able to spend some time with her. And actually, just recently, I was on her show, the Dorinda Show, and she told me, she said, there was no one else who could play this part for of me, and that just made my heart just feel so good. So I'm so honored that she's seen it and she's happy with what she's seen.
Oh, what an honor. That must have been so good to feel. Do you have a favorite moment, without spoiling anything or giving anything away, but when you look back at filming this movie, is there something that really stands out in your mind?
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
I think for me the moment that sticks out the most is when we first got to Toronto, and before we even stepped foot on a set, we were in the studio and we were recreating all the songs. And Donald Lawrence, um, who has studied them, I lovingly call him the gentle genius, and he really helped us really fine tune that Clark sister sound to where we put a video out of our rehearsal, and everybody thought it was the real Clark sisters. They couldn't believe that the actors were actually sounding so close to them. So that was just a magical time for me. We were all so excited. We just met each other, and spending that time in the studio was really special.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Where can we find more information and watch it?
It's gonna air on Lifetime, April 11th, on 8 p.m. Pacific.
Perfect.
And
Well, thank you
Eastern.
so much.
And Eastern time too.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Sheléa, for joining us today. I'm really excited to see this, and I'm sure you just did a fabulous job, and what an honor to play one of the Clark sisters.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.